What a jolly old tune. I'm so tired. Hey, how you guys doing? Sorry, significantly for not doing a stream yesterday. But, yeah, we've been having some fun little weather as of recent. Actual snow. In spring. We're officially in spring, and, like, now is the time when finally we've gotten all the snow to start showing up. Not a fan. No, I don't like it. Me lonely? Well, hello, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. But anyway, yeah, that's been making me incredibly tired. Just because I've had to, you know, routinely go out and do shoveling. See, here's what's annoying. Like, regular snow sucks. But, like, snow that's right on the cusp between being snow and being water, like, and being, like, rain, is even worse. Because that just means it's basically just a whole bunch of, like, ice if you leave it alone. Meaning you have to be very, very active about making sure that you get rid of it. And so, yeah, I've been, like, round the clock going off in, like, you know, 3-hour chunks, going and clearing snow on driveway and sidewalks and things. I can hear my neighbor currently clearing their driveway right now. Everybody's currently doing the cleaning, man. Everybody doing the thing. Snow. Oh, hey, he's having a good time. Time for me to stop that! We got no snow at Christmas, but we get storms in spring. I hate this weather. Yeah, no, I agree. It's so freaking frustrating. We had such a brown Christmas this year. It's like, ew, why? Frig. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Hey, Happy's here. Hello. But anyway, no, I figured, this is something that I've been thinking about doing for a while here. I figured this would be a good opportunity for me to do a little bit of an editing stream. Because, I mean, I think I've done an editing stream once before, but I've got a lot of editing backlog and a lot of stuff that I got to work on. And I feel this would be a really good way for me to be able to put some time aside to do some of that backlog, while also simultaneously doing something that might be a little bit entertaining for you guys. I don't know. This might end up being a little bit dry for some people out there. It might just be a whole lot of me staring at the screen and, like, moving around little, like, video and audio clips like Lego blocks. You know, like, that could happen. So, I don't know. Hello, Yarny. Good to see you. But yeah, just a heads up on that one. I mean, I know I labeled this stream as a just chatting stream over on Twitch. And I'll try to chat. I will try. But I might end up getting in the zone. I might, like, just start really focusing in on what I'm editing. Especially if I get really into it. So, we'll see. I don't know. I'm just kind of, like, preventatively kind of, like, just letting you guys know, hi, just so you know. That could happen. I might get very distracted in a lot of ways. Here. And this might be a mistake, it might not, but I will also open up the stream chat as well. That might be a little bit too much of a distraction, honestly. Because I found that, like, when it comes to editing, I'm a lot better when it comes to just being alone and quiet in my own thoughts. Like, any sort of other distractions, like, whether it be audio distractions, like listening to some, like, sound or something like that. Oh, hey, watch streak. 60... Jesus freaking Christ, Silver. Take a sip of that, why don't you? That is so many stream. We will distract you. Why are you live streaming this? Just to try it. Banish the chat to the furnace corner. Now, here's the thing. I think I could probably focus on doing editing if I'm not in a voice call. That's the thing, you know? So I don't know whether or not having the voice call up is a bad idea or not. We will see. I might actually get distracted and not even notice that somebody's in the voice call for, like, 2 minutes. And then I'll just be like, oh, fuck, hi. So, I don't know. Spongle Doodle. Getting spoiled about the vids. It's fine. Everyone get on the voice call. You're not getting on the voice call. There's only, like, you know, friends and all that jazz. Anyway. Yeah, I guess I will transition over to the wall of stuff there. There we go. Oh, I have a little bit of a kitty down there. Yeah, it's still there, but much bigger now. I could bother you, says Happy. I know you can! For the God's sake. But bed is comfy. Oh, mood. No, I wasn't kidding when I said that I needed some sleep yesterday. Like, again, I did a whole bunch of shoveling, and then I just, like... literally at around 7 o'clock. So right around, like, at this time, I went over to my bed, and I was just like, oh, hey, look, comfy sheets. And then I was out like a light for, like, 7 hours straight. So... yeah, I would say I needed it. Why does the word spongle doodle feel good to say? Yes, very satisfying. Holy shit, bits on a green screen. Yeah, right? So anyways, yeah, I do all of my editing via Adobe Premiere Pro CS6, mostly because I don't want to go and buy Premiere Pro in Creative Cloud, because they want you to spend like an exorbitant amount of money. Exorbitant, not absorbent. That's something entirely different. That's a sponge. No, they want you to spend a ridiculous amount of money every single month just to be able to use Adobe software. I'm not a fan of that. Like, I'm not a fan of basically feeling like I'm leasing my software, you know? Like, I don't like software as a service. That kind of thing just kind of squicks me out. And, like, very rarely do I make any sort of exceptions to that rule. Even then, I have been getting some threats through Adobe Premiere Pro here. Like, I'm actually getting pop-ups from Adobe saying that, like, hey, just a heads up, you know, your software is reaching end of life, meaning that we're not going to service it, and we're not going to be, you know, on all that jazz. Which, by the way, like, no shit. This software came out in, like, in the 2010s, like the early 2010s. Like, yeah, I'm not expecting that they're going to be servicing this. I'm not using this software because it's the latest software out there. I'm using it because it's my cheapest option, and because I spent the money already to use it, and it still works for what I need it to do. Also, insert here that SpongeBob gif of SpongeBob and Patrick going over that map with their eyes. Amazing. Never do a green screen. People will do weird things. I mean, look, it's the internet. People are going to do weird things regardless of what you do. Green screen or no. Someone will be an asshole and do something terrible. So, you know, bit is a cheap. I mean, cheap ain't the word. I spend a heck of a lot of money. The word I think that would better suit it is thrifty. I like to find me some decent deals and decent prices on stuff. I use CapCut to edit. CapCut works. Akippy is here. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I was wondering I should stream at some point myself. I have a PNG tuber now, and also I updated OBS for once, but internet bad often. That might be a deal breaker. I would say, I don't know, at your discretion, attempt that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to be doing some editing here. I'm going to try to talk through what I'm going to be doing, or at least, like, you know, up to a certain point. If I accidentally, like, gloss over something and you guys go, like, wait, what the heck did you do? What? Huh? Wait, what was that you just did? By all means, call me out and ask. Now, there's stream delay, so I might have to be reminded of what the heck it was that you were talking about. But just a heads up on that one. Where's the Kirby? Bet you got YouTube at half off. Yes, YouTube is free, so I guess they paid you. Ah, yes, YouTube, the free service. It's like the free-to-play service. But, you know, if you have money, oh boy, you get so much farther. So anyway, let me go ahead and talk about this project that I'm currently editing right now. I've got a couple of things that I've got lined up, but the current thing that I'm working on is the TTS Brian video. And the reason why I'm doing the TTS Brian video and why I'm putting an emphasis on it right now is because there's a lot of elements in the TTS Brian video that are very relevant to what I want to discuss and what's currently going on in pop culture. And so I feel I should get this out now as opposed to later. I do have some other projects that I could potentially be working on. However, they are less time sensitive. So that is pretty majorly why I've decided to go and do this project. I have a very specific question that can only be answered if I bother you in VC. Coming in a second. Oh, dear God. Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. Bubbles! Hey, funny enough, yeah. Kind of look like my head bubbles. I'm very curious what this question might be. What is it going to... So, let me check. Let me make sure that, like, all of my audio-related stuff is on and ready to go. I believe so. Discord audio is active. I believe desktop audio appears to be working as well. All right. Again, I hope that I've gotten everything pretty much set up and ready to go. So anyways, yeah, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do this editing job without spoiling you guys about what the video is going to be. So if you wanted to be completely fresh on this video by the time it comes out, now might be a good time to leave the stream. Just gonna warn you right now. You know, like if you don't want to be spoiled on any of the things that happen in this video, or if you want a completely clean experience watching it, then you might want to go. But yeah, so if you take a look at the timeline, you can actually see my progress at the moment. I have gotten up to about 10 minutes roughly, and in theory, the video could last about 25 minutes, according to this. Though some of this is going to be cut down a little bit. So yes. What's your favorite song and what streaming service do you use for music? A lot of the music that I listen to is like video game music, like and like video game covers, and a whole lot of people that I watch over on YouTube, like cover artists and things. And also in general, I listen to a lot of music through like YouTube and like YouTube streaming. So yeah, so that's kind of the answer. As for my favorite song, that's a hard one. Not entirely sure. Kind of just listen to whatever I feel like at the moment. I'm like, I think genre would probably be a better description of what I would be interested in listening to. Sometimes I like listening to like metal and metal covers. Sometimes I like listening to more of like, you know, high energy beats, those kinds of things. I see a man of class. I listen to the Undertale OST on repeat. Oh God, that's right. Like, see, whenever I listen to music, I tend to bring up one song and then I just loop that sucker. Just. You look like a balloon. Idea. Ooh, bit balloons. That's something I could do for the BitBee theme park. Oh, speaking of theme park, I saw some people talking about it over in the Discord. You know that there is going to be a Dragon Ball theme park, and they're making it in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, that's kind of weird. And it's like 2 weeks after Akira Toriyama passed away too. Like the timing on that is kind of terrible, like in a ridiculous way. But it's interesting. I know that there are a lot of people that are just like, why the heck is it in Saudi Arabia? Why can't it be anywhere else? Why make it in Japan? First of all, where would you put it in Japan? I mean, like, they have land, they have room, but, you know, deforestation is going to happen if you do it over there. You're going to have to destroy something in order to put the park up, which I guess could be, you know, it could be done, but still. Also, on top of that, there's always a chance that, like, this could be like a test market kind of thing, where, like, they're doing it first over in Saudi Arabia, and then if it works out really well, then they might move over to other places. Like, maybe they might bring it over to the States. Maybe. I'm not sure. My bed broke, and I have to sleep on the floor now. What? Jesus. Take good care of that bed. Hey, Florian is here. Hello. I was on the bed when it broke, too. Ooh, shoot. Were you a monkey and jumping on the bed? Did you fall off and bump your cranium? And also, FB is here. Hello. Anyway, I suppose we should get started on just taking a look at what I have so far, progress-wise, for the video. So, yes. Let me... Okay, we are all the way at the end here. Again, we're going to be listening up to about here, and a few things are missing. Like, there is some music-related stuff that has not yet been completed just yet. Yes. No, don't pop things. Anyway, so yeah, so let's take a look at the beta footage for the video for TTS Brian. Enjoy, question mark. Oh, wait a minute. Don't enjoy it just yet. The audio is not unmuted. Okay, now enjoy. Hey there, it's BitB. Oh. Like a lot of... Ew, loud. God, why do you have to be such a loud son of a bitch? Jesus, this guy needs to quiet the hell down. Okay, is that better? Hey there, it's BitB. Like a lot of you know, I'm a streamer. I do the goofy game playing and silly commentary. I try to do my own thing and do whatever personally lights my passion. I only jump on board trendy games, topics, or ideas if I feel like I vibe really well with them. This is really meta. Hello. Hello, sir. It's Bit reacting to Bit. Well, one such idea I really wanted to invest my time into was text-to-speech systems. You've likely seen a lot of online personalities use them. They're another way for viewers to interact with their favorite streamers. Users can donate a preset amount of money in the form of bits and tell the TTS to say whatever they want, within reason, potentially getting censored if they say something that the streamer has blocked beforehand. This has proven to be very successful. Streamers get more profits, and users get to have more direct interactions with their favorite shows. I'm not really interested in the money aspect, but I really wanted to give my viewers an opportunity to feel like they're a bigger part of my live streams. So I set out to do some research and see what text-to-speech solutions would be the best fit for me. There's one specific voice that was calling to me though. One that's the go-to standard for TTS. One that's been the center for all types of meme material. And that voice was Brian.
Destroying humanity as we know it, leveling our ranks, updating plans on total destruction upon many. Nice, they're a very good girl. In fact, they're such a good girl that I think chat should give them some head pats, right now.
Are you talking about me?
Who is responsible for this green cat child who is loud and vulgar?
Why are you calling? Do I look like a child to you? Hello?
Chat, always remember, never challenge the Grim Reaper to a pillow fight, unless you're ready for the repercussions. You want us to stop calling our subs babies? Okay, then I'll start calling it a mistake. Wait, that's the same thing. Tillion 777 Rigimtillion 777 Duo Tribe Womp Womp
Womp
Womp Womp
Womp
Womp Womp
Womp Womp
Womp Womp
Womp
Womp Womp
Womp Womp.
With all those farts you sure do smell like an eggnog. Yep, kek.
Okay, shut up. I never did.
I'm going to use your map to plan out a road trip. Wish me luck. You've really got to hand it to short people because they usually can't reach it anyway. Fussy Baby currently has 29,837,234 views on YouTube. Anyway, have fun doing. You have 5 seconds to pet me again, or else I will self-destruct.
Oh my god, fine.
TTS Brian seems to be everywhere in the streaming sphere, and I see why. It's clear, well-spoken, easy to listen to, and let's be real, how can you not laugh at some of the goofy things that you can make this program do? What? So, I wondered, where do I get TTS Brian, and how do I make it work with my streams? After digging around a bit and looking at a bunch of TTS providers, I found out that TTS Brian is a voice bank available through Amazon Polly. Obviously, that's Amazon's own text-to-speech service. Kind of fitting that the two major programs that utilize Polly are Streamlabs and StreamElements, both streaming softwares that are heavily used to stream to Twitch. Softwares that have many integrations with Twitch, Twitch being owned by Amazon, who supply Amazon Polly. Okay. I gotta get off this train of thought before I start going all Pepe Sylvia in here. Anyways, I was taking some time to look into pricing practices and whether or not Amazon pays any residuals to the voice talents for the use of their voices. I haven't found anything concrete about that, and it's likely buried under 500 feet of corporate red tape and NDAs. But then... Hello, I see we have somebody in here. Hello, what are you doing?
The delay on the stream is horrible. Oh my god.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Jesus.
No. I
Is
have
that the
one
bad internet
question.
talking? Nope. Oh God, long. How you make long? How'd you do it? Explain yourself.
Scratch
Oh.
my head.
Oh, you're normal now. Oh, that was amazing.
I noticed that the image was a bit wider with the game loss thing I had. I was asking how long can you make it?
It's very long. Up, Connor says got to go eat bed. Okay, have a good night, Connor. There you go.
Now I have an answer. Thank you. Good night.
Yay. Anyway, now did you say that there was a question? Oh. Okay, that was the answer. That was the question. Okay, understood. Well, now we know. Now we know that Happy Long can exist. Frickin' hell. Anyways, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Right about here. Voices. I haven't found anything concrete. Let's scroll back to about here. Yeah. Okay. I gotta get off this train of thought before I start going all Pepe Sylvia in here. This whole box is full of Pepe Sylvia! Anyways, I was taking some time to look into pricing practices and whether or not Amazon pays any residuals to the voice talents for the use of their voices. I haven't found anything concrete about that, and it's likely buried under 500 feet of corporate red tape and NDAs. But then, as I was thinking about all this stuff, a simple question ran through my head. Who are the voice actors behind Polly anyways? And specifically, who is TTS Brian? And this, fair viewer, is truly where the rabbit hole begins. I started, like all ramshackle research efforts, with some web searches. I looked up TTS Brian origin, and that didn't get me very far, so I added Reddit to the end of it. And hey, what do you know? Here's a 4-year-old post in r/livestream fail titled TTS Voice Actor Discovered in Documentary. There's a problem though. The Twitch clip, for whatever reason, was deleted. Also, the clip URL didn't come with any indicators for which Twitch account it came from. So I have no source for the Twitch account that found TTS Brian, and I have no idea what the documentary is. Heck, I can't even confirm if the narrator actually sounded like TTS Brian. For all I know, this post could have been talking about a different TTS voice actor. I scrolled down through the comments, and they did confirm it was TTS Brian in that clip, as well as also just posting meme copy pastas and overall having a laugh about how Brian's a real person, OM God! Lucky for me, someone asked for a link to the documentary, and another user delivered. They linked to the documentary, The Spying Game, Tales from the Cold War. Then, ominously, mentioned that since it was being hosted on CuriosityStream, you may need an account with either a membership or a 30-day free trial. Thankfully, CuriosityStream allows you to watch the first 2 minutes of a video to try and catch your interest. But for me, 2 minutes was all I needed to hear.
Some just count tanks. Others steal blueprints for nuclear bombs. The Cold War is the battleground for thousands of spies and spotters.
Yeah, there it is! That's him! That's the Brian boy! But, like, it's obvious that it's not TTS. It's got more nuance and variation. This is a person! Slam dunk! Early win! Ah, this is awesome, I thought. I got the source for a narration done by Brian's voice actor. All I gotta do now is read the credits at the end of the documentary, and I'll have my answer. Oh. Right. Okay, so I can't see the end credits, and CuriosityStream doesn't seem to list them anywhere, so unless I want to make a useless account that I'll only use for this one purpose and then never again, I'll have to look for the details somewhere else. To IMDb! I found the IMDb page for The Spying Game. Great, I thought. Now I just gotta check out the full cast and crew section to find our elusive narrator. So let's see here. There's a few credits here for some of the people who show up in the documentary. Important details, for sure. There's some credits for directors, producers, and editors. But I'm not seeing a single credit anywhere for a narrator. I suppose it could be any one of these names and they're uncredited for the narration role, but that definitely doesn't give me a definitive answer. Something tells me that this IMDb page isn't fully fleshed out. There's gotta be more info that isn't listed here. I kept looking around for more details. My searches were unfortunately not turning up much. I don't know if I was looking in the wrong spot or something, but every other place I checked turned up nothing new. All except for one place. There's a random wiki site I found that specialized in documentaries. They had a spot on their site dedicated to The Spying Game. In it, right at the top of the page, they give hosting credit to a man named Nicholas Huelbusch. Interesting. So, does that mean that he's the narrator? It doesn't exactly say that, but host kinda hints at that. I don't remember the IMDb page even mentioning a Nicholas anywhere. Where did this wiki page even get that info? Who's Nicholas Huelbusch? Oh boy, a new mystery unlocked. So I started looking into Nicholas Huelbusch. I found his IMDb page, and hey, looky there, a bunch of credits for documentaries. So we know that he's in the same industry as our supposed TTS Brian. However, looking over his credits, I can't find a single narration credit anywhere. The bulk of what he's known for is being a producer. I suppose he could be narrating his own productions and just not taking credit for it, but I feel like that's just me jumping to conclusions. What I noticed, though, was that a bunch of these producer credits were labeled under the same company, ZDF Enterprises. Having this new lead, I moved on to find more info on ZDF. Maybe they have a little more info on this Nicholas guy. Firstly, I learned that the company changed its name to ZDF Studios in 2022. ZDF Studios is a non-profit, Germany-based production company that specializes in public service television. I think PBS if it were created in Mainz. They have 3 branches of production: drama, junior, and unscripted. Drama is the branch in charge of all kinds of story-driven productions, stuff like crime, comedy, romantic, and obviously drama. Junior is in charge of handling content geared towards children and teens. Unscripted focuses on content centered around history, science, wildlife, and other forms of informative entertainment, and it's majorly covered in documentary-style productions. And there we go! That's the branch we want to focus on. After searching around, and that's about all that I've gotten done so far. And then the rest of this is, I've blocked out all of the individual clips that I want, for the bit to end up, showing up with. And, I just kind of have to layer it onto the timeline, which, by the way, it looks like we need to add a little bit more background. So we're going to extend out the back end here. Bet it was getting good! Well, it's not done! It's not done! And also, yeah, Happy, you probably know something or other about ZDF. If that's your cat on the bottom, I love it. If not, I still love it. Oh no, that is it's not my cat, but it's my my parents' cat. And yeah, that's Kylo. And yes, Kylo, that he is named after Kylo Ren from Star Wars, because everybody in my family is a nerd. Hey, Light is here. But yeah, he is a mix of like a Maine Coon and like another type of cat, which is funny because he like it's like the mix that he's got is like visually he looks like a Maine Coon cat, but size wise he's kind of just the size of a regular house cat, which is weird because Maine Coon cats are known for being like fairly large animals, so it's kind of weird to have like a normal house cat size Maine Coon. He's cute. He's great. I love him. He's so floofy. People that named your cat are now my favorite people. They're nerds. I have a Maine Coon too, and a Siamese. Ooh, Siamese Himalayan. Yeah, I only recently found out that there are like, I mean, not recently, but I found out like around the time that we got our Siamese a long time ago, there was different types of Siamese. I know all about Curiosity Stream because YouTuber advertised being on there. I don't have an account, says Habby. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like Curiosity Stream has some pretty good stuff on it. Like I'm not gonna say that somehow it's completely useless to have an account. Like if somebody finds the use of watching stuff on Curiosity Stream, by all means, have an account. It's just not personally for me. Like I don't watch a lot of like documentary types of stuff. At least not often. Big fluff. Ah, yeah. He's cute. He's great. Now that's a picture of him as a kitten, but he is now like at least 1 year old, and he's more or less kind of he's done growing for the most part. Want a black cat, but my mom is allergic. Yeah, that'll happen. Trying to remember. I think there is something that you can do for cat allergies. I don't remember. I think it's like you can get egg powder or something. I forget. Look into this. I think like you can get egg powder, and then if you have dry cat food, you can sprinkle a certain percentage of like egg powder into the food, and supposedly the proteins inside of eggs cancel out the proteins that create like the allergens inside cats like fur, and that will allow you to be able to have a cat despite the fact you're allergic. So yeah, I don't know if this is a compliment or not, but your editing and going down this rabbit hole is really in alignment like other rabbit hole video essays. Oh, really? Latest video of that type I listened to was about that spooky trumpet doot gif. Spooky trumpet doot. I don't know if I watched that or not. I've seen a couple of like YouTube rabbit hole documentary kind of things. And for the record, this particular rabbit hole is not going to go very deep. I know that it shows, if we look at the timeline here, you can see that like there's a lot more time to go. However, I think right about here is where more or less my search for TTS Brian ends. The rest of this is me having a conversation about something that is related to my findings for TTS Brian. So, yeah. Video is too small on phone. Yeah, I tried to blow this thing up a little bit. See, normally I would be editing, like I'd make like a big old, like I'd have multiple layers of effects here so that I can control them all. And then I would usually have the screen squished into the corner like this. However, I did try and maximize it a little bit so that you guys can more or less see it better. Like, doing my very best here, man. TTS Brian, detective case. I thought people were allergic to their spit. I think like there's a combination of things. I think the spit is definitely one of them because cats like they clean themselves with their spit. I know that when I have when I'm around cats and all that stuff, a couple of things. Like if the cat is like like all right, so my cat Tommy, or my old cat Tommy, the one that like is now diabetic and has to live with my folks. Whenever he is like really relaxed and really chill, he like, and when you're like petting him and just he's sort of like, lazing out. I don't know. Like in his older age, he's kind of just started drooling whenever he gets really, really relaxed like that. And so like he'll just be like leaning on my arm or something. And because I am actually allergic to cats, not a ton, but enough. I end up just having a big old red mark on my arm. I'm like, oh, yeah, I love you too, buddy. Cats can be diabetic? Yeah, and it sucks. It absolutely sucks. And yeah, what was your childhood pet's pet name? Hoot. I've had several childhood pets and several different pet names for those pets. Trying to think of some good ones. I know that. Oh, what was your childhood pet's name? What was your childhood pet's pet name? Hoot. I'm making a Caw Agent Hat in Time reference. Oh, so you're trying to steal my info, is that? Oh, that's what's happening. Your pet's pet name. Actually, funny enough, would any of my pets have had pets? I don't think so. It is a thing that can happen though. sometimes your pet just sort of like I don't know. They claim ownership of like another animal or something, and then suddenly you're like, well, pet's childhood pet name. It's been far too long since I played Hat in Time. My God. Wasn't there pets in Neopets? Probably. And pets? Jesus! That was not just a good impression, but also the voice was quite there. I feel like I don't have quite the gruffness required to be able to do the, the owls. Hello. They're a very specific, like, there's a specific kind of, like, grunge to the voices for the owls. I do much hooting. What's the weirdest thing one of your cats has eaten? For me, it's probably a pickle. That's amazing. Weirdest thing my cats have ever eaten. I know that, so, ever since that whole diabetic thing happened, my folks have been incredibly careful when it comes to taking care of the cats' well-beings and making sure that their diets are proper. However, because of the fact that they lived their entire lives more or less with an open bowl policy where they could just go and eat whenever they feel like it.
They're on the site a little.
Jesus! Stop talking! Anyway, yeah, because they had an open bowl policy where they could just have whatever food that they wanted, and suddenly, now that there was absolutely no food bowl to speak of, they got very, very, they got very selfish in that regard, and they ended up like, I don't know, they're very ornery and about when it comes to food, and my folks are trying to teach them better habits and trying to teach them, like, no, do not beg for food. Do not hang around, like, inside the kitchen. Do not do these things. But, like, when habits are like that well ingrained, and when you're dealing with cats that are well within like 15 years old, some of them are just like, they're stubborn in their older age. They'll do whatever it is they want. Let me compliment your voice. Thank you, Abby. So one thing that I have found is that no matter what voice actor you are, there is a voice that you desperately want to be able to do that you just can't, and you will always idolize. Like, that just seems to be a constant with so many voice actors. There's just so many people that are just like, oh man, if only I could hit this range, or man, if only I could do this character. Remember that time in stream where you showed us the Snatcher voice unedited? Never do it again, please. Just don't. Hey, you don't have to tell me twice. Anyway. So yeah, weirdest things cats have eaten. They have attempted to jump onto the counter and, like, they've taken all kinds of random weird food as they've, like, been prepared. Or, like, they were being prepared. And I'm trying to think of, like, the absolute weirdest thing that they've, like, gunned for. I know that Simon attempted to try and grab an entire chicken leg. That was pretty good. And what's great is, like, my mom was just, like, preparing some chicken legs in the kitchen, and she had her back turned for, like, a brief second. Like, preparing something else. And then this freaking cat, he, like, just sort of, like, slyly sneaks in all silently and quietly, not, like, just so that nobody pays attention. And then he, like, sort of, like, surveys. He checks to see where people are moving, being like, okay, what's the most likely place where there's food on the counter? Probably there. And then he jumps on that counter, and then, like, lightning fast just grabs whatever happens to be there. And, there just so happened to be chicken leg. And he just grabbed it and then ran. And my mom is just like, no, it's salmonella. Stop, you crazy bastard. The traumatizing eating story of my cat? Oh, no. God, I hope it's not too traumatizing. My cat once ate a chunk of wood. Hungry boy. All right, this is supposed to be an editing stream, so I should probably get started on some things. Now, by all means, if I zoom past a particular part of this editing, and if you want me to like go back and explain what I did, let me know. Because like I'll try to describe what it is that I'm doing as I do it, but a lot of this stuff is just sort of second nature to me. So some things that might be incredibly obvious to me might not be very obvious to you. So anyways, let's see. Where I left off was here. Right here where I'm talking about unscripted. That's the thing that we're going for next.
The branch we want to focus on. After searching around the site a little longer, I finally found a section of the website authored by Dr. Nicholas Hulbush himself.
Okay. So this part is when I start talking about Nicholas Hulbush and finding out that he is still a part of ZDF. I don't have anything super crazy that I want to do visuals wise with this, but I do want to bring up a picture of him. So, by the way, for the record, there are probably many different ways that you could be sorting out all of your assets. I am not one of those people. I'm terrible. Like, I could technically make a whole bunch of bins and I could put all this stuff in, like, you know, sorted locations. And I have tried this several times on different projects. I'm sorry. There's probably anybody who's like watching me doing this edit who is like actually a professional editor is probably looking at a bunch of the stuff like that I'm doing here. In fact, probably a couple of different techniques that I use to pull off certain effects and going, what are you doing? So I'm sorry. Oh, hello. We have somebody in the chat. Who is this?
What's up? Long time no see.
Hey V, how's it going?
Doing okay. How about you streaming?
Doing pretty good. I am doing a I'm doing a makeup stream where I am I'm trying to ask for forgiveness for passing out the other day and not doing a live stream.
Bro.
So
Oh, good, man. I didn't do anything yesterday besides just, typical errand run. So I think your fans are pretty chill with you missing a stream.
Well, I mean, fans might be fine with it, but I'm not.
True. I'll let you do your thing. I'll join a little later. I'm going to take another nap.
Okay.
I'll see you then.
Alrighty.
Bye.
See ya. Okie dokie. So yes. So we need a picture that I have already pre-prepared. Now I'm not going to be able to do much here. There is actually a little bit of footage that I need in order for me to be able to continue to edit, and I only just recently realized I haven't recorded it yet. So at a certain point, there's going to be a big old roadblock where I am going to have to stop doing editing, unfortunately. Also, I don't know how long I'm going to be editing as well. I mean, I might just like shrug and be like, okay, yeah, enough's enough. Especially since, like, my sleep schedule is a little bit wonk in a good way, where I'm actually going to sleep at reasonable hours. Like, far more reasonable. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actively... I got up at, like... I went to bed at 7, and then I woke up at around, like, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And, like, I think I went back to sleep, and then I ended up being asleep until 4. So I got myself some sleep. My cat tried to eat some fishing route toy string. Oh, yeah. Ouch. I wonder, like, I don't know if... Luckily, my cats have not ended up in any sort of situation like that. So... Pink says, hey, you streaming early? I mean, not really early. If anything, I'm streaming late because I was supposed to be streaming yesterday. Again, this is my makeup. Oopsies. Sorry. that one Invader Zim episode. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Right? Okay. All right. Right. Distractions. So we need a that one picture of Nicholas. I've pre-prepared one for you. Here, it's right here. I'm gonna drag it into their import file. All right, we need to do some kind of edity gobbledygook to make this this Nicholas card do a thing, and I don't feel like doing anything super crazy with the effects here. So, what is the context of this video that you're editing? I joined a little late, and I'm kind of new to the channel, says Savannah. I went on a crazy little rabbit hole and obsession to try and find the voice actor for TTS Brian. And if you've watched any other live streamers, you probably know who TTS Brian is. I'll play a few clips of TTS Brian footage from a little bit earlier in the video.
Destroying humanity as we know it, leveling our ranks, updating plans on total destruction upon many. Nice, they're a very good girl. In fact, they're such a good girl that I think chat should give them some head pats right now.
Are you talking about me?
Who is responsible for this green cat child who is loud and vulgar?
Why are you calling? Do I look like a child to you? Hello?
Chat, always remember, never challenge the Grim Reaper to a pillow fight, unless you're ready for the repercussions.
Yeah, that should give you a pretty good idea. And so, you know, me and my voice actor craziness, I heard that and I thought, wait, who is that voice anyway? Like, they gotta exist, right? That voice didn't come from nowhere. And so I went down a little bit of rabbit hole to search for him. And this is basically the story of all the weird pitfalls I ended up running into while I was trying to find TTS Brian. So, yeah. So anyways, let's go ahead and see here. Okay. When it comes to editing, big part of it is you need to figure out, like, timing. Like, that's a big part of it for me personally. Like, timing is key on everything. Like, when things pop in, how things move in a scene, that kind of thing. And I'm thinking, so there we go. There's the picture. First of all, let me open up the motion tab and let's scale the picture up just a little bit. I'd say right about like this size. We're gonna make it a little bit bigger later. Gotta go see ya. Thanks for coming in, Shenanigans. All right. We need to. Okay, actually, to do proper stylizing, let's go ahead and grab the drop shadow effect. Drag and drop it over here. Give it the proper distance that I feel it needs for my, you know, my visual aesthetic. Give it just a little bit more of a. Did I just hear a boop noise? Hold on a second. Am I in Discord? I am in Discord. Shoot. Sorry about that. That was me. Ignore that. Interesting. All right. So, we got to figure out, like, so where do I want this picture to, like, how do I want it to enter the scene? There's a couple different ways that I could possibly make this move in. I'm thinking, I think I'm going to make it a zoom and spin. Let's go with that. Zoom and spin. All right, let's time this and figure out when we want it to show up.
After searching around the site a little longer, I finally found a section of the website authored by
Okay. I think right at when it says authored is when I want the image to be visible. Oh, also, the glorious nature of audio scrubbing. Yeah. It's pleasant on the brain. All right, anyway.
I finally found a section of the website.
All right, so right about here. That's always fun. Okay, so. Okay, Okay, right about here is where I think I want it to pop in. So, let's go with pop on scale. Okay, here we're going to be working with keyframes and things like that. And these are what make animation work within this program. So I'm going to make one keyframe for scale. This is the default scale that I want this thing to be in, but I want it to zoom in. So we're going to move the cursor over here, and then I'm going to scale this all the way down to 0. So now it looks like this.
Authored by Dr. Nicholas.
All right, so looks somewhat decent so far, right? But I feel like we could have something a little bit different. I think it could be a little bit more dynamic, different. So let's go ahead. Let's add a little bit of rotation to it. All right, the default is going to be at 0. And let's choose to wind it back about like this much. Let's see how much this does.
Authored by...
Could be faster. Let's... a little bit more. Like an entire rotation.
Authored by Dr.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Pretty snappy. However, the animation's a little bit stiff, ain't it?
Authored by Dr.
I think so. See, as I have continued to do more editing like over the years, I have found that I like good, like smooth starts and stops on stuff. So I'm thinking I would like to have a smooth ending on these. So let's just throw in a basic ease in, which will change the curve of the animation so that now, instead of it being a straight line, it will give us a little bit of an extra curve to the animation so that it'll happen a little bit smoother. So,
Authored by Dr.
Yeah, see? That looks like, it's like...
section of the website, authored by Dr. Nicholas Hulbush himself.
Yeah, I like that. All right. And now I want to emphasize that, like, ooh, yes, got it. You know. Yeah. And I think for that, we're going to do another round of size changing. Like I said, we're going to make this thing a little bit bigger here. So, Nicholas himself. And then I think right about here, we're going to leave a another thing. But we're going to make this a linear. There we go. Because I want the stop to be a little bit more abrupt. Hold on a second. Can I make this one linear? Oh, okay, there we go. See, it's all boxy now, but we're going to ease out here. Yeah, that looks about right. Let's see how this looks.
Himself. Yes, looks
like... First of all, I think we can tighten up the speed on that.
Yes, looks...
Yeah, okay, that looks pretty good. But, it's not enough bounce.
Yes, looks...
Not dynamic enough. How about this? We're going to add one more keyframe right here. And then let's make this thing grow just a little bit larger. And I don't want too many frames of this here. Let's see. I think 3. And we're going to have it ease in from here.
Yes!
Oh. Old program. Didn't render those frames. All right, let's see how this looks.
Yes! Looks like...
Ooh. See, that's pretty good.
Yes! Looks...
Yeah. Yes! that kind of thing. However, I feel there could be a little bit more of excitement in that motion. So I'm actually going to now do a little bit of positioning magic. So let's drop a position key. How about this many? Let's go with like this many. We need a little bit of screen wiggle, you know what I mean? So let me double click on this, and then I'm going to move it along ever so slightly for each frame. There we go. And let's see how it looks now.
Yes, looks like he's still.
Hey, see? Now there's a little bit more energy on that one. It's like,
Still got a presence at ZDF.
Okay. Also, I want to take a look at the wavelength here. Okay. Here is where the clip officially ends, so we don't need that extra little chunk there. Okay. So all right. We've got basically the setup for, Nicholas here. Now we need to figure out how we want this thing to exit. And that's going to be determined by whatever the next effect we're going to be going for is for the next clip. So let me take a listen real quick to the next little bit of bit dialogue.
Now, I remembered seeing that the Spying Game wiki page mentioned that the documentary was another ZDF production. So, naturally, I figured that the site must have a listing for it somewhere. Maybe even a credits page, perhaps, eh?
All right. Interesting. So it kind of sounds like I have a plan to use here's the way that I kind of work with this. Sometimes I'm a disembodied voice. Other times I am I actually show up on the screen. So here. There we go. So for this situation, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a half and half thing. So where am I going to stop here?
Documentary was another ZDF production. So, naturally, I figured that the site must have a listing for it somewhere. Maybe even a credit.
All right.
Now, I remembered seeing that the Spying Game wiki page mentioned that the documentary was another ZDF production. So,
sounds like I am actually going to be calling back on these the Spying Game wiki page. Okay. So that is located where? See, this is where I would benefit greatly from having all of this stuff properly sorted. Whoops. So that's the IMDb. That's the DuckDuckGo search. Here we go. The DocuWiki. And he's a big freaking page, so. So we're going to have to transition over to the DocuWiki.
Now, I remembered seeing that the Spying Game wiki page
Okay, so I think a good way to go at this is to have this transition off to the left and then have bit show up on the right.
still got a presence at ZDF.
All right. Now let's work on the timing of the clip movement. For real, good night. Hey, thanks for coming in, Habby. I appreciate it a lot.
Presence at ZDF.
Green bit. Oh, also, another thing to note here is that Bit's got a shadow on him. So I'm going to need to copy the drop shadow that I have put on the other one and paste it over here. There we go. I have actually not added that to all of these because in some circumstances, you don't want to add the drop shadow. Just, I'm using it a lot, like a laborious amount of it in this particular video. Okay. Now, let's base the timing on this on, like, you know, the dialogue.
Got a presence at ZDF.
Okay, I think I need to slide this forward a little bit more. Like right about here.
Yes, looks like he's still got a presence at ZDF. Now, I remembered seeing the...
I feel like it could be a little bit snappier. Here we go.
He's still got a presence at ZDF. Now, I remembered seeing that the spying game...
Okay. Now, let's move Bit over to the side here. Yeah, okay, I think right about there. Okay. So let's let's make it so that the Nicholas picture zooms out of here. Again, there's one part, and let's make it so... All right, that's the start, and then we're going to have him zoom away. Phew. And also, let's add a an ease. Oh, actually, wait. No, ease out. There we go. All right. And now I need Bit to slide in at the exact same pace. So let's select that. There we go. Except we're going to have it so that this eases in. And we're going to make it so that the Bit slides in from the side. There we go.
Now, I remembered seeing...
That's not bad.
Now, I remembered seeing that the spying game...
Not bad. Now, one thing that I have been doing for the sake of Bit transitions is that I've been adding a little bit of blur. So let's do that. Let's add blur, drag the blur above the shadow so that the, you know, shadow is not interrupting that. Let's make it exclusively horizontal. All right. I'm going to choose a spot right about here for the blur to kind of be at its height. So right about here. And this is when I want the blur to end. I'll have the blur ease its way in on the on this keyframe. And then clock the blur at about 25. Yeah. It adds a little bit more of like an interesting motion effect. What's funny is that if I was working in something like After Effects, I could just set it up so that you know, these layers were on the motion blur layer. You know, I could toggle on motion blur on those so that I don't have to do that manually. But I'm not currently working in After Effects now, am I? And I'm stubborn about that. I like being in one singular program that does frickin' everything. Although every once in a while, there are certain projects where I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I need to work with After Effects. There are specific features and specific things that, like, I cannot do without After Effects. So,
F. Now, I remembered seeing that the spying game...
All right. So here's where the spying game wiki page needs to make its appearance. Also, we can now officially remove that clip. And I'm cool with Bit being above the DocuWiki footage, so we can bring him down here. Okay. Where exactly on the DocuWiki page does it say stuff about ZD? I think it's like somewhere above. Yeah, definitely. Now the problem is this is a screenshot of an entire wiki page. So in order to fix that, we have to crop some stuff out. So let's go ahead and grab the crop effect, grab it, drag it onto here. And we're going to drag up from the bottom to right about there. Slide this down. Ah, yes, there we go. It says ZDF right there. Yep, there it is. Now let's scale this down a little bit. Maybe. Or maybe like, yeah, I don't know about that. Let's see. Now, like I said, it's behind the bit footage, and I don't have too much problem with that. All right. Okay, to keep up with visuals, let's add the drop shadow. Are you guys starting to appreciate the editing? I'm sure that there's probably a couple of other, like, you know, little ways that I could, like, simplify and make a lot of my pipeline easier. I haven't personally been able to think of anything myself. There's a maple in here! What is my life? That's amazing. All right. Anyway. Yeah, I just kind of hope, like, anybody who is currently watching me do this live on stream, kind of hope that this kind of, like, outlines the tedium when it comes to editing. I don't know whether or not, like, you already knew about this. Maybe you did, and maybe that's why you don't do editing. I don't know. But, yeah. Especially, like, there's a lot of, there's a lot of manual work that has to go into editing. You know, I've really badly wanted to have the newer version of, you know, Adobe software, but, like, again, money. But I do know that there's a lot of automated stuff that's built into the newer things, so I'd love it if I could use it. But anyway, so
Now, I remembered seeing that the spying...
I think right about here is where I think I could have it zoom in. And also, the DocuWiki spying game page is going to be there for basically the entirety of this little bit here. So, yeah, it can be all the way to the end of that clip. All right. And I think we're going to have this zoom in from, well, let's do it from the left. Why the heck not? I think that would definitely make it look nice if it came from the left. And again, we're just going to add simple ease into the page. Make it look nice.
Now, I remembered seeing that the spying game wiki page mentioned that the...
Yeah, all right, that looks pretty good.
That the spying game wiki page...
All right. So now we have to zoom in on that part that says ZDF. And in order to do that, we have to do a little bit of like zoom enhance. So let's do that effect. All right, so we're going to be affecting the position, the scale, and also, since I don't want the entirety of this wiki page to be taking up all of the background, we are going to... Oh, also, we're going to change up the drop shadow a little bit too. So we're going to change up the distance and the softness at one point. We are also going to change the left, top, right, and bottom of the crop. All right. Now, let's choose an endpoint.
Mentioned that the documentary was a...
Right about here, I think. All right. Now, let's do the crazy. Crop from the bottom. You're right about there. Because we want to have, like, published by ZDF in 2018, I think, would be a good amount. There. Ah, shoot. Too much. There we go. And then left. I think that's good. I don't know. Let's zoom in. It's leaving like little bits and pieces of like traces on the edges. Debatable on whether or not I want to do anything about that. I mean, it shouldn't matter. Okay, so I think that's about center. And we could probably leave the edges. That's fine. You know, like we are directly quoting from this. Also, sorry that visuals get like really grainy as they get bigger. I've actually got this thing set up on I think half resolution for this preview so that it's nice and smooth. Again, old software. And it's working off of like code that is not very nice. I mean, it was nice at the time, but it's definitely not playing nice with me now. Okay. Now, let's change up the shadow because now the shadow looks a little bit weird. Here, let's change the shadow so it looks like this. Change up the distance so that it's right around... Yeah, there, I'd say. Okay, published by ZDF in 2018. Woo. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at how that looks. By the way, here's how it looks without doing anything else now.
Page mentioned that the documentary was another ZDF.
Looks okay, but also the movement curves are a little bit borked. Just a little bit. So guess what we're going to do? I think it should be as easy as just selecting all of them and choosing to ease out and ease in. I don't know whether or not I have to do that with the top one. Okay, I did need to do with that guy. All right. Let's see how it looks now.
Page mentioned that the documentary was another ZDF production. So, naturally, I figured that the site must have a listing for it somewhere. Maybe even a credits page, perhaps, eh?
It's gotta be there. Okay. Oh, let's unlink this guy. There we go. Okay. Now let's take a listen to what the next clip's gonna be.
I went to the search bar to see if I could find it, and yep, there it was, a page dedicated to showcasing the Spying Game. And wouldn't you know it, no direct credits here either.
I had the worst luck with finding info about this, I swear to God. It was obnoxious. I also think that I am not going to be using any visual of bit on this clip, so we can cut that out. And I can move this off to the side. A heck of a lot of editing is just like having an idea or a vision for like what you vaguely kind of want to do and then just executing on it. I mean, for me, there are certain effects and certain things that I do on the fly, just being like, yeah, I don't know what I really want to do with that. But a lot of times when I'm writing a script, I just straight up know exactly what the visual is going to be, or I have like a good enough idea that I can like plan ahead in advance. Thank you for going through the grueling journey. Thank all editors, frankly. Anybody who does video editing, like this is video editing is like an art in and of itself. You know, so if you ever watch anybody that does any sort of editing work or has editors, respect them. You know, like that is some hard ass work.
Maybe even a credits page, perhaps, eh?
All right. So how's this sound timing wise?
Perhaps, eh? I went to the search.
Nope. No, it could be a little bit faster.
Credits page, perhaps, eh? I went to the search bar to see if I could find.
Yeah, I think that works. I bought a Kirby. You bought a Kirby? What kind of Kirby? I'm interested.
Page, perhaps, eh?
I think I want to do something a little bit different for this effect because, you know, I don't want it to just be nothing but like, you know, oh, things zoom in. I try and like mix it up a little bit just so that you don't really know exactly where objects are going to be moving back and forth, you know? So I've had objects sliding down. I've had objects like, you know, dissolving, you know, or like, you know, disappearing with, you know, opacity scales and stuff like that. This time around, I think I'm going to have both of these objects separate from each other. I think that would be a pretty good effect for this. So let's go for position. There we go. Let's zoom in. We'll have you go that way. And I suppose that means that I have to go down to the blurriness toggle, click that. Also, ease out. Go for 25. Yep. 25 is the number I decided on for that, for this edit. Okay. Good stuff. Now let's go for this. We're going to have you head that direction. And we're going to ease out on that as well. Yeah, see? It's like a separation of a curtain. I like that.
Maybe even a credits page, perhaps, eh? I went to the search bar to see.
Okay, and now I need to make a decision about how I want to make this this effect go. Because I have some screenshots of the main page. Actually, I have an idea. Hold on a second. Let me rewatch this real quick.
I remembered seeing that the Spying Game wiki page mentioned that the documentary was another ZDF production. So, naturally, I figured that the site...
Okay, I thought about doing something a little bit extra, but we've already kind of zoomed directly into the word ZDF, so, it's fine.
I went to the search bar to see if I could find it, and yeah...
Okay. There's not a whole lot of time to do any sort of like extravagant kind of animation for this, so I'm thinking it would be pretty simple to just use a standard search bar kind of thing, or just a simple zoom into the search bar. It's like I have the entirety of the screenshot of the ZDF Studio main page, but I don't think we need it. I think we can just go ahead and crop this down. Oh, crop. We can crop this down to about, yeah, literally just the search bar. Why the heck not? Okay, we need to keep that. There we go. Now, another thing that I like to do, especially when I'm doing crazy crops on stuff like this, is I like to move the anchor point of whatever I'm working with. Basically, the center of whatever it is that I'm, that I'm editing. So in this case, I would move this guy here and here. It's right about, I want to get it roughly like dead center on this, if at all possible. I just kind of eyeball a lot of stuff. Sometimes, if I'm really, really particular about something, or if the need arises, I am more specific and I actually do math. But that is a worst case scenario. All right, but anyway, no, moving that anchor point allows me to be able to do scaling on stuff without having to worry about, the thing moving around too much in random places. Math, no! Can I eat the search bar? It does look very crispy and cookity. I could go for that. Anyway, let's, once again, to keep with consistency on, the visual style that I got going on, which is just put a frickin' drop shadow on everything. I have an idea for kind of what I want to do for this, though. So, since it's sort of like curtain opening kind of thing, here, we're going to go for scale and position. We're going to make it so that... Actually, hold on. Position is a little bit faster. Let's have it zoom from the center. And then also... There we go. We also want this to ease in. I think we want this to ease in on both of these, if I remember right. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, look at that effect. We're straight up PowerPointing here.
I went to the search bar to see if I could
Check that out.
I went to the search bar to see if I could find it, and yep.
Okay, and now I think I can get away with... yep, here we go. Oh, shoot. I just realized I dragged those... Oh, God. Oh! The way that I import stuff is garbage. I'm well aware. Anyone who's watching this, I'm sorry. Any professional editors, I'm probably like, this is ultimate sin. Okay. So here is... Actually, here. We can crop this a little bit, because there's a lot of dead space on the left and the right. So right about here, and right about 12.9. Let's just make it 12.9 on the other side, too. 12.9, please. There we go. All right. And I think I can get away with just sliding this guy in. Let's make a little bit of a distance thing going on here. A little bit of softness. Yeah, soft shadows. Okay. Oh, shoot. For some reason, Adobe Support decided to open up a page. What the heck is this? I don't want you. Go away. I don't care for you. There we go. Also, my live chat is not updating over on this window. Let me change that. There we go. Would you eat a deep fried search bar? I mean, that sounds like a challenge. I could go for that. Okay, I think the ZDF window here could be a little bit smaller. There we go. Just as an introduction thing. All right. So how do I want it to actually like appear here? Because we had the window sort of like, you know, slide in and then zoom. But how do I want this to appear now? That's a tough one because I'm trying to like come up with a lot of different ways for things to slide in. I don't want this to just be nothing but PowerPoint slide and transitions. I mean, sometimes it ends up just being that, but I'd like them to be a little bit different. I have an idea. Actually, hold on a second. We're going to move this out of the way. Yeah, I got an idea. A Batman cartoon transition. I mean, you joke. You joke about that, but you weren't here during the earlier part of the stream where I was previewing things. Somewhere else. To IMDb. I found. Yeah, I already did that. So yeah, we've already covered that. Bought a giant Kirby. Should I pop him? What is it with you and your destructive ways? Awesome sauce. It's so crazy that that's still a major thing in pop culture. How long has that been since like the Batman cartoon series? Dear God, man. Here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of a switcheroo thing on this effect. So we're going to make this scale. Come on, zoom in, buddy. You can do it. All right, I want this to ease out, but I want this to be linear. And I want it to grow to about this size. Here, let's make it right there. I am chaotic. Looks like it. Can't see anything. My screen is black. I only see the chat. Very interesting. I can see the chat on my end, so it's either you're having some kind of an issue with like a mobile YouTube thing, or you like maybe do a refresh, perhaps. I don't know. I know I can see it on desktop for sure. So yeah, might be mobile just being a jerk. All right. Now, you might see where I'm going with this. Okay, here, I actually have to see the background a little bit. There we go. Oh, wait. Oh, I accidentally added like position transition stuff instead of scale transition. Oops. Okay. And now I'm just going to judge about. Yep. It worked. Nice. The magical tech support answer. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Oh, you ate expired cheese. Oh no. All right, so now I want this to ease out and ease in. I feel like, yeah, more snap. Less frames, more snap. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. All right, let's see how this looks.
Yep, there.
Hey, it looks really nice. Hold on a second.
And yep, there. And yep, there. And yep, there it was. A page dedicated to showcase. And yep, there it was.
Very good, very good, very good. All right. Might be a little bit too snappy though. Let's add like an extra frame to each of these. That's why I don't trust cheese. I trust cheese that I can read its expiration date on. Also, as you get older, you start to be able to recognize bad cheese. Like you start to see like, oh, weird. There's a weird cloudiness on the outside of it, or like, oh, that smell isn't quite right. Or why is this part green? This is supposed to be mozzarella. You know. Anyway, let's see how this looks.
Yep, there it was. A page.
And then I want to zoom in on this. So yeah, let's go for the crops and all that stuff. Bonk, 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 bonk. Position, scale. Also, we need to change up the distance and the softness so that it matches up a little bit better with the other one. There we go. Because keep in mind, I tried to change it so that it looks like a little bit. Yay, you didn't die. Well, I don't know. Watch yourself for the rest of the night, I think. All right. So now let's have it on the words there it was. Let's zoom right in on the title card thing over here for the spying game. There's a reason why I'm making this video, and it's mainly because, like, I cannot believe how much difficulty I had attempting to try and find just a little bit of detail on one random dude. Like, come on, man. It's kind of goofy. Like, it just feels like it's a failure of so many different systems that did not want me to know this information. He's dumb. I mean, maybe, like, you know, I doubt that this was, like, intentionally malicious or anything. I don't think anybody, like, outwardly set out to be like, yes, let's inconvenience the bubble boy and make it incredibly difficult for him to be able to do his research. It's like, no. Like, this is just a case of, like, you know, stuff happened, or, you know, like, contractual stuff happened where it wasn't necessary for people to be giving, you know, too much specific details on things. And therefore, they just decided we're not going to. And because of that, that ended up messing with things. You know what I mean? 1 year expired! Jesus! I would... Ooh. Yeah, I'd think about doing something about that. Okay. Now let's make these guys ease out. How long did it take for you to find all the information you know in this video? It took me about a week on and off trying to find this information. And this was after a long period of time of like I had to keep up coming up with like new keywords. I did a lot of like Googling in an attempt to try and find anything related to TTS Brian. And let me tell you something, like in this video, I didn't do a very good job of describing exactly how much Googling I did and how many different search terms I tried to use. However, I used a lot, an absolute crap load of search terms in an attempt to try and find something related to TS Brian, and I could not find it. There were times where I was seriously considering just calling up Amazon directly and asking them about this information, which maybe they would have told me. I don't know, but I figured that the last thing that I would have done, I mean, the last thing that probably would have worked was attempting to try and get into a support call with Amazon and asking them this goofy ass question. Yeah. Hello, Gonk. How you doing? Okay, so how's this look? Yep, there it was. A page dedicated to showcasing the spying game. And wouldn't you know it, no. And now let's go for spying game info. This is another thing that I could probably crop. Okay, and then yeah, you see that funny little button, request information? Yeah, honestly, kind of seems like they don't really give you much choice. There's like, nope, no, you request info. Question is, I feel like I should not ask to request info on a documentary if like they could easily just put information about people who contribute to the documentary in a credit sequence. Is that just me? That just seems like something that should not be behind, like, a silly production red tape thing. I don't know. Maybe my standards are a little bit different. Maybe there's some sort of a legal reason. But who knows? Through dedication, the things voice acting makes you do. I mean, man, I really wanted to know. Also, again, really helps that I knew a thing or two about, well, okay. It helps that, yeah, I'm really interested in voice acting for sure. So, okay. I think we're going to start off by putting a couple of frames of these. Okay, there we go. No direct credits here either. All right, and here's another one that I know I'm not going to be using the bit footage. Ah, dang it. Don't stretch that out. If not the doctor, I would recommend maybe just like getting in contact with somebody nearby you and letting them know that this happened and asking advice there.
No direct credits here either.
Okay, and now I think for this I want to copy you. Oh, actually, hold on a second. That ain't right. Here, this one specifically. Actually, instead of using that, let's scroll up a little bit further here. I have the screenshot of the Spying Game thumbnail, if I remember right. Where is that at? Who is TTS Brian? There we go. All right, and now I want to... Hold on. What was it again? I think it's... Color balance HLS. There we go. Saturation. Drop down saturation. Change up rotation just a little bit. Right about there. I think that's pretty good. How should we kill the cheese? Don't kill the cheese. Cheese is good. You just need to, you know, work with cheese. Have you ever had your program crash while you were editing? Yep. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and save. Yeah, that has happened, unfortunately. I remember, I've also had power outages that have managed to knock out my my computer as well. This is one of the reasons why I have a battery backup now on my system. Because I do not want that, I don't want to leave that up to chance at all. All right, so now I have to turn up the volume on this significantly because it's like really quiet and in the background.
Wouldn't you know it? No direct credits here either. I swear this production is trolling me!
A little bit louder. Problem is I can't really do that on that clip, so I have to do that externally using like an audio channel. What audio channels am I not using? Oh boy, none. None of them are free. Let's go ahead and move this over to... Actually, wait a minute. I don't think we need to... Oh, there's one thing that I keep forgetting is possible. You can go into the audio effects and you can select volume as an option, and you can double up on your volumes if you so desire. But it might hurt. So we're going to make sure that we don't kill ourselves on this audio here.
Credits here either. I swear this production is trolling.
Oh, yep, see? Let's not kill, let's not die. Drop that down by 3 decibels.
But no direct credits here either. I swear this production is trolling me!
Okay. 2. Actually, wait, let's go with 1.
No direct credits here either. I swear this production is trolling me!
That's how I felt. Like, I'm just like, oh my god, are you serious? You seriously don't have your credits on your freaking website? And also, I think it'd be funny if we did this. Ugh. Old ass software. Do. Okay. It's not showing up. Hold on a second. Pause resolution full. Playback resolution full.
Here either. I swear.
How would you kill the 1-year-old cheese? Probably with a flamethrower. Here's a weird quirk that this thing has. Oh, wait a minute. Was I using the wrong thing? Oh, maybe. Oh, I think I might have been using the. Yeah, I think I might have been using the wrong thing. What was I highlighted on? Oh, I was highlighted on the background. Oh, that explains a lot. Okay. Okay. For a second, I thought this was like a glitch. Turns out it was me. And why not? A little bit of funny extra rotation for no reason. Ah. There we go. I gotta go. Thank you for coming in, little random. I appreciate it. Here. Also, I noticed that like I keep on piling up on the here. I don't necessarily need to have all of these on this upper layer. We could probably lower it down to like, you know, like video 2. There we go. All right, let's make a decision about where I want to have the audio.
Trolling me! This production is trolling me!
So at this Okay. I think I'm okay. The cheese did not hurt me. Again, we'll see how that is in like 2 hours' time. If that.
So at this production is trolling me. So at this stage, I realize I
feel like I should probably have some extra funny contrast joke.
production is trolling me. So at this
I like that. Just like a slight extra more darkening of the screen. All right.
either. I swear this production is trolling me! So at this stage, I realized I needed to see those end credits.
Okay, I need to grab the drop shadow real quick. Alrighty. So let's see what we got done so far.
On the site a little longer, I finally found a section of the website authored by Dr. Nicholas Hulbush himself. Yes, looks like he's still got a presence at ZDF. Now, I remembered seeing that the Spying Game wiki page mentioned that the document.
Ooh, hold up. And that's why I have this on half resolution on everything. Because it cuts down. There we go.
Documentary was another ZDF production. So, naturally, I figured that the site must have a listing for it somewhere. Maybe even a credits page, perhaps, eh? I went to the...
Hold on a second. Why does the bit do that funny little, like... funny little hop there? Probably has to do with the Gaussian blur. That's interesting because I moved the drop shadow below it. Is there something else I should know about? Maybe, like, move it above the crop? No, it's still doing that thing. Weird. Oh, wait, horizontal. Oh, I think I might have selected the wrong thing. Or, hold on. How did he transition in before? Ah, that explains it. I had it set up on vertical blur and not horizontal blur. Okay, that's why. I wonder why the website didn't list the credits. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, man. Like, look, I'm not going to say that everybody has to list credits everywhere for everything. Like, that's well above and beyond, and I totally understand if people don't do that. But at the same time, like, it is a little bit frustrating that there isn't any credits. Personally, you know. Okay. So, yeah, that's another big part of editing is just going back, taking a look at what you've already worked on, finding errors and problems, and then, like, reworking them and doing the thing again. Would you rather have mint ice cream or strawberry? Mint. Mint all the way. I am a massive fan of mint, especially, like, mint chocolate chip.
PDF. Now, I remembered seeing that the Spying Game wiki page mentioned that the documentary was another ZDF production. So, naturally, I figured that the site must have a listing for it somewhere. Maybe even a credits page, perhaps, eh? I went to the search bar to see if I could find it, and yep, there it was, a page dedicated to showcasing the Spying Game. And wouldn't you know it, no direct credits here either. I swear this production is trolling me! So at this stage, I realized I
gotta say, once I finally put some music into this portion, it's gonna punctuate a lot of the jokes.
needed to see those end credits. That was my best chance to be able to find any kind of narrator attribution.
Okay, so yeah, and do I want to do anything extra with this part?
So at this stage, I realized I needed to see those end credits. That was my best chance to be able to find any kind of narrator attribution.
Okay, well, how's the next clip sound?
It took a tiny bit of digging.
Okay, I got an idea for what I want to do here. So we are going to actually section off a little bit of the background portion. And also scroll this down a bit. Unlink it.
So at this stage, I realized I needed to see those end credits. That was my best chance to be able to find any kind of narrator attribution.
All right.
End credits.
Okay, so let's cut right about here, and also we're going to cut the background a little bit. And I'm going to use a little bit of a trick that I have been using a heck of a lot more, which is nesting sequences. Basically, just creating an entire new sequence of video, you know, something like this, you know, right on your timeline, which is super convenient. And I only just recently learned that it was a thing. Like, actually, not recent. I think it was like 5 years ago. But I am finding out that it pays dividends if you think like far enough ahead. So let me go ahead and nest it, and I will show you what I can do with it. Oh yeah, I was asked earlier about what I thought of Hazbin Hotel. Also, that's a very flattering screenshot of myself right there. I look a little bit out of it, don't I? It's like, it's great. Anyway, Hazbin Hotel really isn't my cup of tea. Not a massive fan of it, but I respect it. Like, it's fine. If it's something that you like, go for it. I don't make super ridiculous judgments out of that. Anyways, so amazing frame. So the nice thing about nested sequences is that now that you have nested the sequences, it allows you to be able to move all of these pieces like dependent of each other, essentially, which means that I can do fun little zooms and things like that, and it will zoom both, you know, bit here and also the background. And this is very helpful for shortcuts when I want to add a little bit more of a dynamic sort of camera system or situation. And so, yeah, I feel that in this circumstance, it would be really nice to zoom in a little bit on the face and make it look like this.
So at this stage, I realized I needed to see those end credits. That was my best chance to be able to find any kind of narrator attribution.
And I think I'm going to go ahead and make it so that this guy... Gaussian blur, move you up. And then blurriness, bloop. And I think right about here. Yeah, we're gonna have the bit just fly off the screen. Whee! Okay, ease out. Again, we're gonna do another funny 25. Ease out of here. We're gonna make this vertical specifically. There we go. That works. What's better, Hazbin Hotel or Five Nights at Freddy's? I think if you had to make me choose, I'd probably choose Hazbin Hotel. I've never been a gigantic fan of Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know. It's kind of one of those, as the video game when it was being made at the time, wasn't gigantic, massive fan of it. And then, like, you know, and then Five Nights at Freddy's started moving in the you know, the direction of like a lot more of sort of a kids. It's ironic because like you know, it was a thing that was kind of made sort of like with the theme of kid related stuff that, you know, that was supposed to be geared a little bit more towards adults, but then like, you know, then a lot of kids gravitated towards it, and now you're seeing a whole bunch of like Five Nights at Freddy's like toys and like merchandise that's a little bit more centered around kids, and it's just like, I mean, okay, I see how it could appeal to kids, I suppose, but it's kind of goofy how like, you know, it's something that is, you know, more of a horror related thing that is more geared towards a slightly older audience, but then like, you know, kid function kind of thing moved in. And I guess in my older age, I'm more interested in something that is, you know, leans a little bit more into something with mature themes. So for me personally, I can tolerate stuff like Has-Been Hotel related a little bit more than Five Nights at Freddy's myself, you know. But, you know, that's just me. Like, if there's something that you enjoy, I am not going to, like, you know, make you feel bad about it or make you feel like you shouldn't enjoy it. Like, if you enjoy it, that's awesome. What's my favorite Has-Been Hotel song? I don't know it nearly enough to have any, like, opinion on that. What's better, Poppy Playtime or Friday Night Funkin'? Well, Friday Night Funkin' never tried to sell NFTs, so I think I'm going to go with FNF. What is my favorite franchise at the moment? I mean, right now I'm playing a heck of a lot of Zelda. Earlier it was definitely like Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was fun. What's something else that like I've been doing a heck of a lot of? Yeah, I don't know. I'm currently Zelda brained at the moment, so I would probably go with that at like right now. My favorite fandom is Billy Bust Up. Yay! Ah, man. God. I certainly hope they manage to fully fund that orchestra thing, man. God. That I don't know how many days they have left. Come to think of it. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go look this up real quick. They're getting real close, man. Like, if we can get a last minute run of backers that like push this thing up into the stratosphere, I could totally see them making their full orchestra amount that they're asking for. Okay, where's the link? Where's the link? Trying to look for the link. God, it's been a while. Been a while since they posted the link. Where is it? Give me the link. Did they pin it at any point? Maybe they pinned it. There it is. Yeah, they've almost reached 100,000 British pounds. Like, dude. And to put that into perspective, all they need is about like 16,000 British pounds, and they can fund full orchestration for the entirety of it. Like, holy crap. That would be amazing. Jump scares me. Ah! Hey, Shell, how you doing? I suppose I could copy and paste this over into the chats here. There. Yep. There we go. I'll post that over there. I'll post this over here. Yeah. I am super stoked. I really genuinely am crossing my fingers and hoping that they make their money. They deserve it, man. I mean, on top of that, it is a music-based game. If they can get full orchestration for all their stuff, that'd be great. And also, you get a whole bunch of extras and, you know, fun little trinkets like pins. And also, they just recently added shirts. Whoa. Might buy one of everything, but I have to save up for college. You probably don't want to buy one of everything because some of those backer kits are oof. Like, do you want to have a gravestone? Spend $100. Only if you're crazy enough, man. What are y'all talking about? Billy Bust Up, the game that was kickstarted and is currently in production and being actually published by major publisher that actually published the Switch version of Hat in Time, actually. They have opened up a new round of crowdfunding, and this is for actual orchestra instruments to be played for the entirety of Billy Bust Up. Now, they've already hit their goal for what they wanted, which was, I think, about like 36,000 British pounds. And what that was funding was only 5 orchestrated songs for like the finale of the game. That's all that they really asked for. And then they did put the stretch goal in. That's 116,000. They could do the entirety of the music for the game would be done with like orchestra and like organic instruments. Instead of using like MIDI, which MIDI's not bad. Like, don't get me wrong, MIDI is good for a whole lot of different purposes. However, it just adds a little bit of extra quality to whatever the production is if you actually get like live instruments to do recordings. So I really genuinely hope that my internet is shit. Moving on to YouTube. I'm not entirely sure if my stability is kind of okay on my end. YouTube won't even work. Oh, that's weird. On my end, everything is nice and smooth, and I'm not having any weird frame drops at all. So I'm not sure. I do worry sometimes that maybe there's something related to like codecs and things that I might want to set up a little bit more efficiently, or there's a little bit of a setting somewhere that might not be toggled properly. God, I hope not. I don't know. Everything looks particularly smooth on this end. Ooh, although, hold on a second. Let me refresh the Twitch page real quick. Yeah, Twitch page looks fine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the heck the deal is. Anyway. So, yeah. God, I hope people support Billy Bust Up. Especially, like, at this latter stretch. How many more days do they have? They have 15 days left. 15 days. That is plenty to make 16,000 British pounds. That is totally doable. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm rooting for them, man. My favorite song in the game is a tie between I've Had Enough of You and Pirate Queen's Cave. I have not heard that song. And I am looking forward to hearing some more of the songs and the fun things going on with that. I've definitely heard I've Had Enough of You, for sure. I know that I was talking with Synth not too long ago, and he was asking me about whether or not, he said, he's just shocked that I have not gone and covered A Million Gruesome Ways to Die as Snatcher. It's just it's right there. Like, the writing's on the wall on that one. Why have you not done that yet? And my stance on that is that I'm kind of waiting for the right moment, because there's a couple moments where I think I would like to do it. Although Synth being Synth and Synth being the go-getter that he is, he's basically saying why wait? Go for it, man. Just do it. And he's got a point. Setting arbitrary reasons to stop and halt a production until the timing is right. Got a point. I do listen to him. I do listen to his advice. Alrighty then. So, how are we doing for the editing so far? I think I'd like to find a another picture somewhere. Where would that be? I think that would be located in my where's my PC folder? I might have backed this file up, so I might have to go and look for it. Oh, that reminds me. I have to do a system backup at some point here. Let's see. There we go. Oh, I still love this picture. Okay, we're going to copy and paste this over into this folder. There we go. Yay. What do you think would happen if Hat in Time and Billy Bust Up did a crossover? I mean, technically, they have. In a roundabout weird way. Yeah, they're there. Done uploading the vid. Very nice. Okay.
It took.
Here, let me... Okay, so this is where the audio file actually ends. Let's get rid of that. Which one? Minecraft or Roblox? Considering I have never played Roblox, I am biased as hell. So I guess I would go with Minecraft, but like, man, you play whatever you want to play, man.
Attribution. It took a time. Attribution. It took a tiny bit of digging.
I love this picture. It's the goofiest thing. Here.
And a reboot of my brain to remember that YouTube is a thing.
I think I can do a little bit of editing here.
Digging and a reboot of my brain to remember that YouTube is a thing.
There we go. Mostly doing editing on pacing.
YouTube is a thing. But I
Also, how is the audio on that?
and a reboot of my brain to remember that YouTube is a thing. But I managed to find the
All right, and now I want to cut out the background just so it's just the freaking image. And let's have a couple of frames of that. There we go. Eating a waffle for dinner. Whoa. McDonald's. I haven't had a good waffle in a while.
Narrator attribution.
All right, let's see how this looks.
It took a tiny bit of digging and a reboot of my brain to remember that YouTube is a thing. But I managed to find the
Yeah, that works.
that YouTube is a thing. But I managed to find the spying game.
Okay, and now I need the footage of the spying game. Do I have that on here? I have a recording of the spying game recorded on YouTube. Just to punctuate it. It might be located in my videos folder. Give me a second. Where are you at? Oh god, I still have like I have a recording. I have a really old recording of the Xbox intro from like way back before they started doing like stupid updates. The OG, the classic. The tried and true. The problem is I think I recorded it with like interlacing, which sucks because I didn't have anything better than that. Okay, so there we go. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's make sure that I don't accidentally run into anything. All right. Unlink that. Clear that out. All right, and now I need some footage of the spying game running. There we go. What's your opinion on boba? Never had it. And one day I should. All right, how do I want the spying game footage to appear? I think I'm going to have it spin from the top.
That YouTube is a thing. But I to find the spying game up.
Okay. Position. Do I want to scale it at all? Nah, I don't think so. All right, but I do want to have these ease in, though.
To find the spy.
Also, I feel like here. There we go.
To find the spying game uploaded to YouTube. Oh, thank God.
There's something where if you buy the new Peach game, you get free boba. From where? Oh, who's honoring that? Oh, sus. God, I'm an idiot. All right.
Thank God. So, thank God. So, now that I...
Okay. No, I don't think we need to do any scale things here. We're just going to go ahead and have bit pop in from the bottom. Kung Fu tea. Nom, 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 nom. Add a little bit of the funny Gaussian blur. Okay, we want it to be vertical. We want to go for 25 here. We want it to zoom. Oh, we want it to ease in. All right. How's the layering on this, by the way?
Managed to find the Spying Game uploaded to YouTube. Oh, thank God. So,
All right, all right, all right. Looks good, looks good. So what I'm going to do is, once again, I'm going to separate out these clips here.
narrator's name?
And also I'm going to lengthen this out. Okay, good, good. Breaking that up a little bit. Now, nesting. If you've been following along, you probably know what I'm about to do here.
God. So, now that I could scroll to the... Now that I could scroll to the official credits for the actual Honest to God series, did I manage to find the narrator's name?
Dachshund or Labrador? I've never had a Dachshund, but I have had a Labrador, and Labradors are adorable. All right, we're going to have this all ease out, ease in.
Honest to God series. Did I manage to find the narrator's name?
There we go. And then after that, we're going to cut that. Move this forward. All right, how's that look? Shih Tzu. Funny word.
Chance to be able to find any kind of narrator attribution. It took a tiny bit of digging and a reboot of my brain to remember that YouTube is a thing. But I managed to find the Spying Game uploaded to YouTube. Oh, thank God. So, now that I could scroll to the official credits for the actual Honest to God series, did I manage to find the narrator's name?
I wonder if perhaps I should add a little bit of blur and darkness to the footage there. Because, like, it's a little bit distracting. Not ridiculously, but enough that it's kind of bothering me. So let's add like a minus 50. Minus 50, let's see. That helps out a little bit, I think. And then let's add blur. Just so that it's not like the focal point of the scene. Ooh. Hold on a second. We're going to add a crop. There we go. Can we repeat edges, maybe? No, good enough. Funny word. Blur is a saving grace in editing, at least in my experience. It saves so many things. Mainly, I want to change the focal point to bit instead of looking at the background. Like, I don't want the background to be too much of a distraction. So let's close out of that nested sequence. It should be changed now. Yeah, see.
Thank God. So,
oh, although, hold up, I just remembered. I should ease out and ease in here. There we go. That way it lines up properly with, bits transition.
So, now that I could scroll to the official credits for the actual Honest to God series, did I manage to find the narrator's name?
Cats or dogs? Nowadays, I would say cats, but I do remember I really liked dogs when I was younger and actually had the energy to be able to, expend to take care of them. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of where the editing needs to end because I have now reached a point in the editing where I need some extra footage that I have not yet recorded. And, yeah, until I have that footage, I can't really move any further. So that is about all that I can do for tonight. But good God, all right, so I know that I was pretty distracted throughout the entirety of the time that we were working on the editing, but we ended up getting only about 1 minute of the video done. That's not much. That is a very small amount. And how much time did we end up spending working on this thing? I think we started around 7:30 or something, possibly 7:40. That is a 1 minute of footage. I mean, I'm putting a heck of a lot of time and a whole lot of energy and thought into this, so I'm sure somebody would probably be able to do it faster than me. Whatever. But anyway, here's a review of the things that we did tonight. Just to, give you guys another look at it.
After searching around the site a little longer, I finally found a section of the website authored by Dr. Nicholas Huelbush himself.
Honestly, this blank here does kind of bother me a little bit, so I will very likely be adding something extra.
We want to focus on. After searching around the site a little longer, I finally found a section of the website authored by Dr. Nicholas Huelbush himself. Yes, looks like he's still got a presence at ZDF. Now, I remembered seeing that the Spying Game wiki page mentioned that the documentary was another ZDF production. So, naturally, I figured that the site must have a listing for it somewhere. Maybe even a credits page, perhaps, eh? I went to the search bar to see if I could find it, and yep, there it was, a page dedicated to showcasing the Spying Game. And wouldn't you know it, no direct credits here either. I swear this production is trolling me! So at this stage, I realized I needed to see those end credits. That was my best chance to be able to find any kind of narrator attribution. It took a tiny bit of digging and a reboot of my brain to remember that YouTube is a thing. But I managed to find the Spying Game uploaded to YouTube. Oh, thank God. So, now that I could scroll to the official credits for the actual Honest to God series, did I manage to find the narrator's name?
I will say, once I get to sections of this video that don't require me to do a heck of a lot of editing on the fly constantly, production is probably going to speed up significantly. As a little bit of a tease, though, The next part is going to involve this footage. This isn't going to be the video footage that I actually use. I just need to record some desk slamming noises. But like, yeah, this is kind of the gist of what the next sequence is going to be. No! No! God damn it! Will you make a part 2? I might come back and do a little bit more editing. Maybe next Sunday, perhaps? Perhaps. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I kind of enjoy doing, you know, editing related stuff on stream. Though, again, the efficiency of my capabilities of editing get cut down significantly when I know that there's, like, you know, an audience that is interested in watching me and that I want to give, like, information of what I'm doing to. Interesting editing stream. Well, thank you very much. I will say, you know, I'm not going to say that I laze around when it comes to editing, but I will say, I think having it on the stream might be a really good incentive for me to just do a lot more editing. So it's not necessarily a bad thing for me to do some editing streams every now and then. Oh, Florian says I've arrived again. Ah, well, we're finishing up. So, hi. But this was nice. Nice little aside. But yeah, thank you guys very much for taking, well, for just allowing me to take a little bit of time to just sort of relax and chill out. Because, yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't feeling all that great yesterday, so. Anyways, let me give you a little bit of a rundown on what the plan is for the next couple of days. Oh, also, real quick, I'm going to leave that Discord call. Just so we don't get, like, jump scared by somebody, like, last minute here. Anyway, so my plans for next week. I am thinking, so first of all, I am playing through Splinter Cell, and I believe I'm doing that on Wednesday. So if you want to watch me be very sneaky in video game that is probably older than you, come on out and watch me do the Splinter Cell and all that fun stuff. And then on Saturdays, I have been playing through Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which has been incredibly fun. Oh, music. Yeah, let me turn that down a little bit. There we go. Anyway, yeah, I've been playing through Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which has been incredibly fun, and it has been really neat. It's one of the first Kirby games that I'm actually putting, like, full tilt actual attention into, which, I don't know. This is kind of like Bobby's first Kirby game, as far as I can tell. Or, like, you know, at least, you know, anything outside of Kirby's Epic Yarn. You know, like, that's Baby's first video game right there. Not inherently a bad thing, I'll say. But yeah, if you want to watch me play a little bit of, you know, Kirby, that's happening on Saturday. And then, again, I might go ahead and do a little bit of editing again coming up next Sunday. Or I might play some more Stardew. I'm not entirely sure. I know that I'm still debating on whether or not I want to restart my Stardew game, just so that I can take a look at some of the newer things in the town, possibly. I'm not sure how much of that stuff is, you know, stuff that you have to restart your town in order to actually mess around with. I don't know. I'm only halfway through summer in that game, so I don't know. Am I going to miss anything by not restarting? Unsure. I guess I'm going to have to look into that. I still haven't. But yes, I am going to take off here. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope it was informative or entertaining or, you know, like, somewhat interesting to hang out here. Catch y'all later. See ya. Goodbye. Goodbye.